Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on the Flash, Arrow, Legends, all of the Arrowverse, because we're talking crossover. So as most of you should know by now, this season on DC TV on the CW, the crossover will be set in Gotham City, the long-awaited venue to be visited in the Arrowverse, and will also include the character of Batwoman, whom many have wanted to see show up in live action recently, whether that is in the movie side of things or just on television. And well, that's finally happening. So generally the crossover is on the 8th episode of every show, might I say. So we have the crossover and then all of the shows return for one more week after that for their mid-season finales before going on break over Christmas and the New Year. Now that could be actually changing up this season. There's been rumors of that, maybe episode 7 being the crossover episodes for all the shows, but I'm sure they will let us know what's going on in regards to that at San Diego Comic-Con in a few weeks' time. But before we jump into Batwoman's casting, let's just quickly go over who Batwoman actually is. In real life, if you want to call it, her name is Kate Kane, and she actually is the cousin of Bruce Wayne through his mother's side, so Martha. Kate is a part of the LGBT community as she is a lesbian, which will be something that could be a focus in the crossover or could just be mentioned in passing. In some cases, Kate is seen as a figure for the LGBT community, especially the comic book community or just fans of superheroes, as you would expect. So it would feel weird if they didn't put some focus on it, so I am expecting them to do that. She also has ties to Maggie Sawyer, who was on Supergirl in Season 2 and the early parts of Season 3, so it will be interesting to see if she is involved with Earth 1 Maggie. Another cameo or mention that people are expecting is that of Kate's cousin, Bruce Wayne, or his other side, possibly, Batman. It is hard to tell whether he will be involved, whether that is through just a mention or by physically being there, due to all the contractual and legal issues behind it. But Batwoman is obviously the focus of Gotham characters for this crossover, so I'm just expecting some things to be mentioned in passing in regards to, you know, your Batmans, your Robins, and other characters like that. But now let's get on to some potential castings for the character coming from some of you online. So a while ago when this was announced that Batwoman was going to be in the crossover, I asked who are some possible actors that you think would fit the role and would be possible to get for the crossover. Now all of these are attainable in my opinion due to them either having ties with the CW, so the channel that all the Arrowverse shows are on, or Greg Berlanti, who is the dude behind the Arrowverse shows, or in some cases, both of them. So the first casting option we're going to be going over is Lindsay Morgan, who is from The 100, which is another show on the CW, which I'm sure some of you watch or have watched or just know of. Now, Lindsay was in the social media discussion in regards to Batgirl and the casting for that movie, and I think she even tweeted out about it herself. But with the Batgirl movie, they will probably just go with a bigger actor just to get bums in seats. Just because it's going to be a solo movie, obviously. That's just me being honest there. But I could totally see her getting this role of Batwoman. Sure, elephant in the room time. She's not the most striking resemblance, but like 95% of the DC TV actors don't look anything like their comic book counterparts. And really, I think there's only one person in this list that sort of looks like Kate Kane if you're going to go in regards to her comic book look. Next up is a bit of an out there choice, as she has been in some big stuff lately, but she does have connections to Greg Berlanti. And this choice is Alexandra Shipp, who most of you would know as Storm from the new X-Men movies, or at least X-Men Apocalypse, and she was of course in Love, Simon. She was also in Straight Outta Compton if you have watched that. But yeah, she has been in some big projects, but her name isn't out there as of yet, like you'd expect it to be, seeing she's been in some fairly talked about movies, and I think she would be a good fit for Batwoman. The important thing with the casting of Batwoman is that she needs to be, not be too big of an actor in regards to her notoriety, but big enough where others would just tune into the crossover just to watch them. So that's a big factor that comes into casting the character, in my opinion at least. Next up, we have Adriana Palicki, who most of you would know as Bobby from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., as well as some other stuff. She was also Wonder Woman for the TV version of that a few years ago that never got picked up. So you can look up footage of that. I think there's a trailer on YouTube if you want to go look that up. Now, personally, I think she would be a good fit for Batwoman. She was cool on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as, Bobby or Mockingbird before her character left. And yeah, that's about it there. I don't think I could really go on about that anymore. Next up is Jenna Rodriguez, who is pretty big now. She's getting a name out there. She is the lead actor on Jane the Virgin on the CW. And I think in the past week, she actually got accepted into the Academy, which is actually pretty crazy. But yeah, this would be a good grab for them if they were able to get her, saying that she's on the network. It could be her last hurrah, because I think Jane the Virgin ends this season. But yeah, she has a good amount of fans that I'm sure would tune in to see her kick some ass as Batwoman, and it'd be a bit different than her role currently on the CW. Next up is Phoebe Tonkin. Now, she was in Vampire Diaries and the originals, both on the CW, and I think, it would serve I think she would serve the role, pretty well. I would just be repeating stuff from previous options here if I just had to go why she would fit the role. But yeah, I think she would go good. I think she would look good as the character. And yeah. Now, the second last option was one that many were saying and also screaming for, but also one that many were screaming heavily against. And that option is that Batwoman could end up being played by Madeline Pitch. I think that's the correct way to pronounce her last name, who currently plays Cheryl Blossom on Riverdale on the CW. Like, it was sort of ridiculous how much this option was brought up, both in support and in, well, just pure hatred, I guess. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, she has like the pearl skin and the red hair that heavily suits the Kate Kane character. Personally, I don't mind the idea of her playing it. I think she does a good job on Riverdale. I think it would work. I just don't know if she would have the time for it, as Riverdale would be filming it at the exact same time. Sure, it's in Vancouver. They all film in Vancouver, so it wouldn't be hard for her to just go over to the set. Sorry, I just had a bit of a pop there. But these crossovers have like insane filming schedules, and Batwoman's going to be a main player. Obviously, she's not in there for like 2 seconds. She's going to be a focus of it from what's being said. So I just don't know how they'd be able to make that work. But yeah, thoughts on this option? And the last option we're going to be talking about is completely out of left field. I don't think I've seen anyone really talk about it. Just me personally. I'm sure someone has, because it's not the most original idea. But yeah, this option would actually have Batwoman not be Kate Kane. So her name wouldn't be Kate Kane, which would be automatically controversial, but it's something I could 122% see the CW doing with this character. And that is having Batwoman actually be Earth 1 Alex Danvers. And they would have her be with Maggie Sawyer and stuff like that, and it could be a way to have Alex be in the crossover more and make her more of a focus. Obviously, I can't see this being a popular option, as it is messing around with a few things, but man, this is something that would totally happen. It's something that I would definitely do. Not only just probably to attempt to be triggering, but also it saves them money, because they wouldn't have to pay another actor to come in. They would just have to have Kyla Lee, I don't know how you pronounce her name, who plays Alex, just wear a costume and she would get paid the same amount of money. She wouldn't get an upgrade or anything like that. They already have random characters playing heroes that they never did in the comics, like Jax with Firestorm, Renee as Wild Dog, Dinah Drake as Black Canary, and before anyone goes, Pagey, Dinah Drake was Black Canary in the comics, there's like 2 Dinah Drakes, and I'm pretty sure that it's confusing the whole Dinah Drake thing on Arrow, so let's not even get into that. I'm sticking with my point there. So it wouldn't be anything like that new if they just gave like a random character a comic book title. So yeah, just keep that in mind when they're announcing the Batwoman casting. Just keep Alex Danvers in the back of your head. But in regards to that announcing, they could announce who is playing Batwoman at Comic-Con this year, seeing it will be a major role in the crossover, and this is like the perfect platform to announce it. Not like with who was the character? Ray in last year's crossover, which was like a minor to medium role in comparison to others in the crossover. Batwoman's going to be like, you know, a figurehead of the crossover and going to be like a draw card to bring more viewers in. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on what we went over in this video. Who do you want to play Batwoman? It can either be one of the ones that I've listed here, like one of the options, or it can be a completely original one from your brain. You can put it in the comments. There is some ones I missed out, but I didn't want to have like 10 options here. I just picked the ones that I think sounded good, and ones that I thought that the CW would be able to get to play Batwoman if they wanted that actress to play her. But yeah, leave your opinions in the comment section down below if they differ. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.